Hi, my name is Shannon Wohler, and my presentation will be on emergency management business contingency programs in the private sector. I chose this topic because many events become even more disastrous once they affect the economy. This is a picture of me. I am a senior majoring in exercise science. First of all, the most commonly used term to describe emergency management in the private sector is business crisis and continuity management. It represents the business management practices that provide the focus and guidance for the decisions and actions necessary to prevent, mitigate, prepare for, respond to, resume, recover, restore, and transition from a disruptive event in a manner consistent with its strategic objectives. While researching my topic, I came across a Northeast blackout. It was the largest power outage in U.S. history. 50 million people lost power. Many businesses were unprepared for the situation. For example, Ford Motor Company reported 23 out of 44 plants down, Chrysler reported 14 out of 31 plants down, and GM reported 19 plants down. In total, over 100,000 workers were affected by the disaster, and over 10,000 cars were scrapped. In addition, U.S. Steel's Great Lakes Works in Michigan halted production for 4 days, with multiple fires erupting across the plant. These fires caused tremendous damage. 2 months later, the company filed Chapter 11, citing the blackout as a contributing factor. In total, the disaster caused over $6 billion in losses. 46% of businesses surveyed after the blackout said they would be investing more money in disaster recovery for their company. Due to disasters such as these program elements have been introduced to many companies that are looking to create a more efficient emergency management system. Some elements include law and authorities, hazard mitigation, mutual aid, planning, operations and procedures, training, and crisis communication and public information. Interestingly, the current director of the Florida Division of Emergency Management is Brian Kuhn. He was the former director of emergency management for Walmart. In my opinion, hiring him represents how important, vital, and helpful emergency management in the private sector is to overall emergency operations. I then went on to research Walmart's operations, and I found out they have a 2,900 square foot facility dedicated to emergency operations. This is understandable considering they have over 2 million associates and 9,000 retail outlets. They have emergency support functions that range from transportation to public safety and security. In conclusion, 1 out of 5 businesses suffers a major disaster each year. Therefore, it is vital that all businesses prepare for disasters so that any potential financial losses won't be as devastating